Well, welcome to Simon, and welcome to Utter Silence. This is St. Peter's Square in Ghent. It's Saturday, it's a sunny day, and it's very quiet. Unlike the idea that I had, which was to come here and show you this, full of youths dancing to DJs and lots of pumping music. But as you can see, if I flip the camera, nothing, basically. Hey Trump, welcome to Utter Silence. Here is St. Peter's Square in Ghent, with a rather nice church, which we may go and look at later, which we've seen before in other live streams, but it's always nice looking at it. And it's as quiet as it was here back in the 7th century. Or possibly it was not so quiet in the 7th century when this place came into existence on the basis of an abbey that was founded here by and a little community grew up around this area. It's the largest square in Ghent, and it's completely empty. Largely due to the fact that I completely sort of got the wrong date for this festival that was going on here, St. Peter's Project, by the neighbours of Ladeberg, which is a group of young people who organise this sort of thing and have noisy motorbikes going past, who have DJs and everything all coming, and it's all going to happen not today, it's not going to happen today, it's going to happen on Wednesday. Which is useless because I'm at work, and also it's probably going to be the hottest day of June so far. So it was pretty hot yesterday. There was a thunderstorm yesterday evening that cleared the air a little bit, but we're having subtropical temperatures here, beating even Taiwan. Next week we'll be up to about a feels-like temperature of 38 degrees. Lovely. Hello. Still no guitar. Well, here we are. I was explaining to Trump, we're at the exciting non-event that will be Project St. Peter's Square here in St. Peter's Square in Ghent, which is not happening today, which partially I'm quite relieved about, so that I don't have to sort of pretend that I like DJs and hip-hop and all that hippity-hoppity music sort of thing. 34 degrees yesterday. Oh, we can beat that. It was 35. They let me go home from work early at lunchtime yesterday because it was just too warm. There wasn't that much to do, but I thought, where shall I go? What shall I do? And I looked, and I decided that the best thing to do. Hang on. The best thing to do would be to stay at home because it was just too hot. And even in my apartment, which has got no air conditioning, it was still slightly better than going out. No trees. The square is very hot. Yes, it looks it. It's not too bad actually. I mean, really. I've got a hat on to keep the sun away, but. Hang on, I can't see the screen. Hang on. I'll turn you back now. Well, there we go. Right. Well, we'll head for the coolness of the inside of that church. So yes, it's baking here. So yes, I imagine on Wednesday when it's about 36 degrees, people will be sort of fainting because it'll be full of students here. This is the student area. All there's the university and students. They'll be absolutely cram-packed with sweaty students jumping up and down, waving their arms to the beats and fainting from the heat. We're going to go in there and I can read your comments because even with this phone at full brightness, I can't read what's on the screen. And if Led turns up or watches the replay, I doubt whether he'll watch the replay, but if Led turns up, and for those interested, yesterday when I was home on my sort of unexpected half day off, I was investigating, the possibilities of this phone, and I'd bought this new gimbal that now works rather well, except for the fact that the app is not compatible with my cheap phone. It makes it crash. So, which is no big problem, because I don't really use the app for filming or anything. But just to be on the safe side, I bought myself a flagship Samsung S25. And how did I do that? Because I haven't got €1,000 to spare. Because the government here gives us €200 a year to spend on ecological products. Hey LS, hello. A lovely Saturday. Well, it's kind of. And hey Peppo. S25, yes, S25, not an Ultra. Thank you. Not an Ultra, just a regular S25. I got it for €824, 596 of which were paid for by the Belgian government, who give each employee €200 a year to spend on ecological products. Theoretically. And if you don't, and you save them up, you get around about €600 if you wait 3 years, because you can't be bothered to buy ecological products. And then certain suppliers in Belgium get round this by saying, or if it's a used device, which it has, somebody bought it and gave it back after 30 days, it's used. So I got it for not 1,000 and something euros, but for 824. And so I actually just had to cough up €200. So I got an S25 for basically €200 of my own money, which is arriving on Monday. So next week, with a bit of luck, this will all be fantastic. So here we are. I can't tell you about this church, because I don't know anything about it. And there's no signs outside. But it's big, and it's been here a long time. And it's nice and cool inside, actually, yes. In many ways, but certainly atmospherically. And I've got this on the lowest bit rate I can risk, and a variable bit rate, and it's at 720p. So you'll have to tell me if it starts to buffer, but hopefully it won't buffer. Because that was the problem last week. I'm still getting used to sort of figuring out what the best... For this phone anyway, when I get the S25, I could do you all in 4K at 60 frames a second. Much good that will do me. No buffering yet. Jolly good. Thanks, Beppo. So perhaps I should have set it to these settings the week before and the week before that, and we could have had normal interviews with those people at the craft fair instead of abbreviated interviews. I know what they told me. You don't know what they told me. You only got the end of the interview, sort of thing. Yeah, typical 17th century paintings. Goodness gracious. A random J-vlog has entered the field of view. Hello, J-vlog. Where the hell have you been? We're in a church. It's as if you couldn't tell. How have you been? Are you all right? Have you not melted there in Japan? That's a very long time ago, unless you were lurking in my other streams. Ooh, look, a confessional. Anybody want to confess anything? Oh yeah, classes were cancelled. Oh, that's unfortunate. Well, but it's fortunate because you can be here. Have you sinned? Anybody who's sinned, speak up now. Online classes. Oh, well, that's right. Working from home. Yes. Do you use Zoom? Do you have this sort of like the camera up the nose view of yourself and your students as they sit with their laptops looking down at their cameras? With bad lighting. Yes, let's all go this way. Look, up these steps. Great, fantastic, let's go that way. Take your clothes off first. Okay. St. Hieronymus, okay. St. Hieronymus, never heard of him. There we are. It's sort of like an Uber pulpit. I know. Just to emphasise the fact that the priest is the one with the authority. Ooh, wow. You like big organs? Who likes big organs? We're in a Baroque church. There's going to be a big organ, isn't there? There we are. There's a big organ for you. Hey, yo to the yo-yo. Hey, Led. You maybe missed it before, but next week, on Monday, I will pick up my S25. Thanks to you and your sort of inspiration of getting one. I got one relatively cheaply, as I was explaining before. So next week's live stream should be on that and much better. Bad audio, bad lighting, yes. Windows 98. 360p webcams. It's Japan. Yes, indeed, cool. I'm staying here in the cool as well because it's cold in this church. Outside it's blazing hot. So we'll just walk about a bit more and disturb people who are being reverential and look at some 17th century paintings. Yes, what I've done with this one, I've been asking AI how to do it. I've dropped it to 720p, 30 frames a second, 1500 kilobytes a second, and a variable bit rate. You know, God knows what else I'm supposed to do, but it seems to be working so far. Nope, this is just me talking to the phone. AI said, if it works just talking to the phone, don't bother getting a microphone, unless I'm going to interview people consistently, then I might consider that. But in order to interview people consistently, I need people. And today I messed up, and there are no people, just us. So, can you go through these doors? No. I have to go through this door. We're going to go out into the blazing sun. It seems to be working quite well, yeah. Quite happy with this. So, as I said in my description, if I got fed up with the festival, of which you can see, there's the festival, the theoretical festival, which is going to happen on Wednesday and not today, which, if you look at my Instagram story, the music is a song called I Made a Mistake, which I did indeed. So I made a mistake, there's no festival today. And I said in the description, if I got bored of the festival, we'd just wander off into town looking for builders' toilets. So that's what we're going to do. And I found one, here's one I found earlier, round the side of the church. They're everywhere in Ghent. There we are. The first builder's toilet of today's stream. There we go. What? Yes, festival. Festival. Project. If you've got a computer by the hand, type in Project St. Peter's Plain. which is going to be a student like dance thing with DJs and lots of drunk students dancing to hippity hoppity music and all that sort of thing. So it's probably a good thing that it didn't happen and I didn't have to go to it, as I mentioned before. So we're going to wander down this street, which is also full of students, and get out of I'm staying in the shadow here because it's like you step out into the sun, my phone will heat up and throttle my CPU, which I don't want it to do. I was bored of the festival quite quickly, yes. So, it's the Philip Glass 4 Minutes of Silence Festival. So, bye-bye, St. Peter's Square, which features an underground car park, which we're not going into. Ah, hang on, I'll turn you back. What's my camera doing? Oh, I haven't quite got the hang of this. There we are. I have to keep pressing the beep button. Yes, I'm just working the gimbal out a bit. I think it's the same as yours, Led. It's an Osmo Mobile 7 with the sort of like the extendable. No, it hasn't got yours is the 7 Pro, I think, with the selfie stick thing in it. Mine's just got the sort of like the tripod built in. Oh, shadow. How it's not a brain throttle? Well, it is. Yes. I was on my phone at 4:30 this morning until 6:30, until I got on the train, and then had half an hour when I put the phone away. Hello. University of Ghent. This looks like some communist gulag building. So we're heading that way. I had a rather nice ice cream as well. I decided to commiserate myself by having a gelato of stracciatella and fiori di latte with liquid dark chocolate poured onto it. And so I'll show you the shop as we pass it, and you can all be jealous. See what temperature? Oh, it's only 27 degrees in the shade. It's only 27 degrees in the shade. It's not bad, really, is it? I mean, my trousers and my shirt are not quite yet sticking to me from the sweat. So, unlike if I go to my apartment, and there you would probably find Simon in shorts. The only time and only place. There we are. This is the Maya Chocolate Shop. Here we go. I think it's here somewhere. Yes, it's in this archway. Oh, your phone filmographer. See, look. So I didn't have quite an ice cream quite like that, but I think. Can you see it? Homemade gelato. So the fiori di latte and the stracciatella. That's what I had. I may post a picture on Instagram to show you, but it's chocolate this and chocolate that. Oh, you're sort of acclimatizing yourself, ready for Japan. Okay, come to Belgium, and then by the time you get to Japan, it'll feel cool. It's all right having these buses. The engines overheat in this heat and sound terrible. So, right, this is like Where's Wally? Can you spot it already? Shout out in comments if you've spotted it. Give you a clue. It's white and yellow. And apologies for the bus just passing with its engine overheating. Well, that's the same as here. Yes, 38 degrees in Germany and in Belgium. Have you spotted it yet? It's getting hot in the UK this week. Well, I'm hoping that by the time I come over in about 3 or 4 weeks, it will have gone. Or at least just be confined to your part of the world. Alas, I'm sorry. And that the English Lake District will be nice and cool. That's what me and my son are hoping when we drive there. Which seems to be sort of a regular thing sort of in the past few years, going to England to escape the heat. So you can tell it's a student area from all the bikes. And the young people. A UV umbrella. I was considering bringing my umbrella, but it's a bit awkward carrying that and the gimbal. I'm just debating whether to go to Brussels tomorrow. It would just be to go to the bars, and there's no air conditioning in any of the bars that I go to, and it's also going to be like 34 degrees and humid. So walking between the bars I will get sweaty and hot, and in the bars I will get sweaty and hot, and just feel miserable rather than drunk. I'll be drunk and miserable if I go to Brussels tomorrow. So I could just stay at home and get drunk and be less miserable. Lovely blue sky and sunshine. It's just, there we are, number 3. Okay, University of Ghent. UFO. Okay, students are aliens. There we are, you can see me. Look, there I am. I have to say this gimbal is much better than the previous one. The previous one weighed a ton. This one is quite light. And the motors are stronger. So it copes with this phone, which was causing my old gimbal to sort of have seizures, as you well know. So if you ever want a gimbal, you get an Osmo 7 or an Osmo 8.
Yes.
I mean, not that you know, none of you lot seem to sort of go out and do vlogs or anything, so I mean, this is rather pointless, apart from lead. That's the Socialist Party newspaper building. Yeah. Taxis and used instead of public transportation. Oh, right. You're going to miss the gimbal moments. Well, I can't even shake it to pretend, because it's so new that it still works. Giant lemon, okay. Children, judge your adults. Okay. Oh, yes. I went in there and had an iced coffee. It's rather nice in there. It's a very typical bourgeois coffee shop place, though, you know. Lots of people with laptops and who look middle class. Well, there's nothing wrong with that. Wow, it's getting hotter. I need to find shade. Generation X record store. It's a record store for old farts. there is a gimbal. Well, there is actually. Funny you should mention that. Still no guitar. If I press a certain button, let's see if it works. Did you notice anything there? I rotated the screen. That was the nearest I could get to a gimbal moment. Hey, MDA87, hello. I may post this on my Instagram later. I took a picture of this cool tiled floor. Right, there's some shade over there. Let's go that way. Please include a gimbal movement every 20 minutes. Yes, just like the old days. Well, this is the sort of, theoretically, this is the last week for this year that I'll be using this particular phone. Next week, it should be like 1080p, 60 frames a second, fully stabilized. I can do things like LED does and have close-ups of the members of the public, unsuspecting members of the public, just by tapping my phone. And it shouldn't overheat, and it shouldn't throttle the CPU, and it shouldn't do this. It should all be very, like, professional. It's a lovely day. It's a tad warm, but it's a lovely day. Yes, it's about like 30, getting up to about 30 degrees in the sun. But it's dry and it's not windy, particularly, apart from on that square where we were before. So there shouldn't be too much wind noise. And I've got the settings. I want some ramen. Got the settings so that we shouldn't crash or buffer. We're open for you. Are you open for us? Not really. So you can see the sort of like one of the churchy things of, let's go that way, sort of duck away from the crowds, because it's shady this way and quiet. There may not be a lot to see, in which case I'll flip you back to me, as my ego at this stage demands that I appear on my own live stream. The LED does it all the time. At least I'm not smoking or drinking on mine. It's been a long time since I've had a drink live on camera. So I may do that, although you're not allowed actually in Belgium now. There's no public drinking allowed. So am I going to stop? I could consider that, just for the variety and excitement. I had planned originally to do a stream in Antwerp based on the Antwerp Fashion Festival and start at that Irish pub where I'd been before with Peppo and with Tomo, and I sort of I'd done live streams from sat outside there before. I was going to do that, and then I discovered that AI had told me the wrong date for the Belgian Fashion Festival, which had actually expired, so there was no point in going to Antwerp. So can't drink there. Maybe we'll go back to my favourite cafe. We'll go and say hello to Anastasia and Daniel, and I'll grab a drink there. Not entirely sure where this street leads, actually. No idea. there's another big Baroque church thing here. Hang on. I think I've been down this street before on a live stream. I think I've been everywhere. There's not a lot of places that you've seen in the centre of Ghent that have not been on this stream before. Where I got the gimbal from, you haven't seen that, but you don't really want to. Or was that? No, that was Brussels. That was right. It was Brussels I got it from. Not Ghent. And it was a bit miserable. What's that? Who's that? Who's streaming? Oh, it's Taiwan Mandarin with Mavis. Okay. That was me trying to convince myself I'd perhaps learn Mandarin, so when I went to see Kimberly, I could converse with the locals, but they all speak English, and Kimberly speaks perfect English, so it's not really any point. Okay. St. Barbara Street. St. Barbara Street. Maybe we should. No, it's a bit dull, isn't it? Oh dear. We'll carry on down this street. Get back in the shade. And hopefully we'll come out somewhere interesting, because architecturally this is not so fantastic. I can hear somebody rehearsing something, or somebody playing music, one of the two things. Can you hear it? Sort of a beat. I think it's just somebody playing music. I wonder whether I should have done this as a vertical live stream, and then I could have like tricked all the sort of the shorts feed scrollers who thought, oh wow, like a hip hop festival, and then there would have been nothing. No, it's just somebody playing some music. Not so fantastic is a bit of an understatement. Yes. Peppo's dry humour. This is where my YouTube video gets flagged. Oh, it's in his car. I was going into the garage. That's alright then. Bloody loud. Where am I? I've no idea. I thought I was heading back into town. So you're right, hideous comes to mind. Yes, that building. Sort of like, it looked good in the fever dream of a modernist architect on his CAD screen. Oh, I know where I am. I think the tram lines are dug up here. There's a. There you are. There you are, Peppo. Comic shop. Comic shop. I know where I am now. I'll just poke it in the window so you can have a look. Second-hand books and comics. There we go. Ah yes, building works. It's getting a bit better now. I thought you'd perk up when you saw that. I didn't go in though. Number 4. Can you see number 4? You have to watch the replay, and then that'll be the competition. Sort of you could win a free view of next week's live stream if you send your answers in a postcard to what is the fourth one. There we are, Palace of Justice, sort of like, and the muddy brown green canal, and some rather exotically coloured buildings. Oh, it's just wobbling about. That's better. Right. So we're almost back in town. We've got to get past the works. I'll keep an eye on the time, and then I'll maybe just head back up to the cafe and we can get a drink in there and say hello to our cafe friends. They were rather nice. They had a rather nice. Well, I had my Negroni, of course, and my sandwich. They've actually won a competition, although not competition, but no, they didn't win a competition. They were mentioned in what is the equivalent of the Italian food Bible in Italy. Apparently, a couple of months ago, one of them came to Ghent and came to my favourite cafe and interviewed them, and they said that their bread that is homemade in the cafe was the finest they'd ever tasted, and if you get mentioned as an Italian food maker in this Bible, as it were, this food Bible, it's like, you know, winning first prize. So they're very pleased, naturally, and it was quite a surprise. They didn't expect that. So we'll go there, but they had a very nice beer. Of course, I had Negroni and beer, and usually I have Ugly Badger beer, which is Belgian. And sometimes I have a Moretti, which is an Italian beer, but they had a Sicilian beer with sea salt in it, which is rather refreshing. Portaloo, yes, you win a free ticket to next week's live stream. Completely free. You may be the first viewer of the new S25 version of the live stream. Can I cross the street before the tram gets here? Probably not. It's the tram to Moscow. That's the one I came in on. And it's got a beer advert, Delirium Tremens, Belgian beer, on the side. Nope. It's everywhere. It's like death on wheels. Yes, let's go down here. No, let's not. Let's go. It's shadier over there. We'll go that way. I've got to preserve my phone and not let it get too hot. Showing off the technical refinements of a porta potty. Yes. Live. Yes. Last week we had the crotch shot. So next week we'll have a crotch shot, but it'll be more explicit. Blimey, it's just starting to get warm now. I'm starting to feel the heat. We're coming to the what's called the counter. I'm not quite sure what that translates to. Pepper, what's counter? I think it just means sort of like field or something like that. But it's another square. It's where there was once a sort of like a multicultural ethnic type market that I did a live stream from that nobody really watched. That was on here. But it's got some trees with some shade, which is good. So I shall go use those to my advantage. If you saw my Instagram the other week, that like giant bronze leaf was one of the photos I took a picture of, which this lady is taking a picture of. And there's the bandstand, and there's apparently at the end here, we'll pass it, is a blue kiosk, which is famous because it's one of the few remaining kiosks from the 19th century, and they serve champagne and oysters there daily. So if you've got some money, enough money, you can have champagne and oysters. Okay, that's the when you're sucking up dirt, that's the beat you do it to. It's like a council workman with his like litter vacuum cleaner. Flowers, there's not much. Sunday is the day for flowers. Yeah, God, it's hot. Look at this, it looks baking, doesn't it? Heading towards the oysters, which is good because I don't like oysters particularly. Cold, slimy, rubbery things. The taste of nothing except something salty, something wet, gooey and salty. Lovely. Socks and sandals, not a chance. Not a chance. These are your favourite shoes, alas, that I wore last week. That I wear every week, more or less. I've got sort of like footsie socks on, so you can see my ankles. If I pulled my trousers up, you could see my ankles. But that's as far as I go. And I roll my sleeves up. There we are. And I opened one more button on my shirt. Maybe when it gets to 38 degrees on Wednesday, I might venture into shorts. I don't know. You know, but varicose veins and all. Here we are. Look, champagne and oysters. And nice music. I can't afford champagne. Well, as I say, I don't like champagne. I don't mind, but oysters, beer. Next week's show: slimy, salty, and tasteless. Yes. Well, that may be that's a good idea, actually. Simon in slimy, salty, and tasteless. I like it. Why is there a bear? Can I zoom in? It won't let me zoom in. Can I zoom in with my zoomy thing? No, I can't. But there's a bear up there. I don't know why there's a bear. Oh. So this is where I get off. Where that tram that you saw before, this is where it stops and I get off. And then I walk from here to my cafe, which we should do now. Because I'm in need of maybe another of those beers. And I go and see my stressed out cafe friends because it's very warm today and they were considering stopping early. Especially when they heard that I finished at lunchtime yesterday because of the heat. They were a bit jealous of that, I think. Is it red? Is it green? No, it's red. Nobody's taken any notice. I get to finish early because of the heat. Yes. Right, let's go down there. There's shade down there. There's a cheese shop down there. As you walk past it, it smells like sweaty socks. So we'll not do that. We'll go down here. This is the way I walk This is the way I walk. Because of this. This is the way I walk. No, this is the way I walk to the cafe out when I get off that tram there. That used to be a sex shop. I think I told you that several times. This is an Italian cheese shop. Said in the same breath as a sex shop. Yes. Falling apart. There's no shade in this street. Well, just really, if I sort of hug the buildings, there's a bit of shadow. We have to go to that church thing there and turn left. And pass all the Spanish tourists who are here, rain or shine. As the Pope said, visit Belgium. I don't know. I think one of the few men still in long trousers, but that's me. It's just, I don't know what, well, the cafe doesn't have air conditioning, but they have cold beer. Yeah, that's the one thing that's keeping me motivated to go there. Plus, I can round up the stream. 5. There we go. I think I may be going home early, or I might go to the gin bar. I'll go and see my sort of the bar owner of the gin bar and have a gin after this, as I didn't go last week because I was in Brussels. Hang on, I have to move back to read your. Why don't the places here have aircon? Because until sort of like the early 21st century, like the normal weather pattern here was sort of like cold and wet, from icy cold and wet in winter, icy cold and wet in spring, cool, grey and wet in summer, with, if you were lucky, a couple of weeks of sort of dry, sunny weather, and autumn, cool and dry but verging on rainy, and then it was back to sort of icy cold and wet, and then global warming happened very fast, and from about the sort of mid 2010s onwards, you started to sort of get these sort of anomalies, which are no longer anomalies. So people really didn't invest in aircon over the years. I think maybe in the next few years, most establishments will probably try and get hold of air conditioning. I won't. I'm a tightwad who likes to spend money on Galaxy S25s and not on air conditioning units. Another square and a fountain thing. And there's obviously somebody playing something in the sheep shed around the corner. It's very noisy. It's not very melodic either. I'm sorry. Everybody was something, everybody was something. Okay. Oh, 6. I see number 6 in the distance. We've had all colours today. Yellow, blue, green, grey, and now red. Oh, there's something going on there. I'll not go and investigate. Energy is expensive, yeah. Oh, it's some kind of Rastafarian thing. I can see the Rastafarian colours. So it's very niche, unless you like Rastafarian stuff. Not quite sure what it is, but it's bloody noisy. Let's go and see Anastasia and Daniel. Daniel's talking to some friends. There's Anastasia, overworked, overstressed, overheated, and that's Sienna. Hello. Oh, may I have another Messina, please? There's Garbo. Hello, Garbo. I can take my hat off now. I've got hat hair. Oh dear. Sicilian beer with salt, salt. Cheers. Very nice, but we're all jealous now. Well, while I enjoy my beer, can you tell me how many toilets we saw today? Roll. 7. Give that man a beer. Yes, that's basically why there's no aircon here as well. Theoretically, we only have like 3 or 4 weeks of consistent heat, but it seems to be getting longer and longer. I can't taste the salt. Perhaps I should have more. I've got to pace myself. I've only had a Negroni and my second beer today, so I'll be having a gin later. You have 3 days of warm weather. This is like 3 weeks. 3 weeks of warm weather. Now my shirt is sticking to me. They don't have an air conditioner. They have a fan. They have a fan down there next to the dog. Is their fan? You see? But That's all. Oh, a breeze. Oh. Mojitos. I can't say I've ever had a mojito. I mean, well, perhaps I should try one. I should go to the gin bar and ask for a mojito. See what they look, or what the expression of her face will be. It's got a great tan. I've got a Scottish tan. If I open this any further, or roll my sleeves up any further, that's where the tan ends. You don't want to see the rest. Have I had sex on the beach? No, I've had sex in the woods once. It's about 30 years ago. On a blanket. But you really wanted to know that, didn't you? God, this music's awful. I might end the stream just for the sake of stopping the music. God almighty. Well, I should be so lucky, Peppo. It didn't work at lunchtime. Don't expect it to work now. I better flip you back so that these people don't hear. There, you can look at Carlo. There we are. Be careful. It's a hot dog, yes. It's warm, isn't it, Garbo? So yeah, that's his comment on the live stream. Just a big yawn. Oh, a nice breeze, another nice breeze. Yeah, I've got art above me, look. I may need to get some more coffee because my coffee beans have run out, so I may need to buy some more. There's the Negroni, look. Plans for the rest of the day: go to the gin bar, and if it gets too hot, then just go home and kind of like hide in my hot house in the dark. Last as long as a pint, but it is refreshing. Well, I tell you what, we're coming to a natural end. This is the natural end, folks, because I need to recover and go and get my gin next week on the show. It's slightly salty and tasteless. We'll be on next week. And we'll see how it goes, and hopefully it will be a cock-up like today's. There will be an event of some description. I will have my new phone, and it should be sort of possibly even better than this. Does it get any better than this? I don't know. For all those who subscribed, like Paloma from last week, I hope you don't mind about the quality. Never mind the quality, feel the width. And my barmaid friend in Brussels is launching her website tomorrow, her jewellery website. Hello, Garbo's got free. How's Garbo got free? Hello, Garbo. Whoa. Hey, there you are. We had a gimbal moment. That's by accident. Say bye-bye, Garbo. Bye-bye, Garbo. Okay, I'll say bye-bye, and I'll see you all again next week. Next week in 1080p, possibly. And 60 frames a second. Anyway, see you all again next week, and thanks for joining. Bye, everybody. Bye-bye.